Hi guys. Y'all can ask me questions. I know I'm not always posting content on here. So whenever I'm live, people just be flooding me with questions. I love your videos. Thank you. You know, everything I share, the intention that I have behind what I share is, I hope this helps somebody. You know? As much as I can, I speak my truth. I try not to filter it too much. I still gotta try and filter it because I'm not trying to get canceled. If I didn't filter myself, I would have been canceled a long time ago. My friend's sister, who I recently befriended and faded out, said that I think I'm better than everyone. Ooh, so Jane, if you're around people who think that you come off like you're better than everybody, you're not around the right people, because it's a mindset thing. When you're somebody who is confident, you have high self-esteem, it's gonna rub people off the wrong way. You have to be around people who have the same mindset as you. If you stay around those people long enough, you're gonna have to filter yourself so much and water yourself down to the point where it won't feel good for you anymore. And that I'm arrogant, which I'm not. That's the thing with people, is they think when you love on yourself and you really are that confident, they'll mistake it for arrogance. When somebody is hyping themselves up, my first thought is not, oh, they're arrogant, oh, they're showing off. That's not. In fact, I'm like smiling and beaming for them, because I'm like, yeah, talk your shit. Do you do root work? I don't do any type of rituals or spells. Just to answer your question, Island Juice. The way I do things is I just either think it or speak it. You get to a point in your practice where you have so much belief and have so much stability that you know you don't have to do any type of ritual. You don't have to do none of that shit. All you have to do is think it and believe it. All you have to do is say it with conviction and believe it. And that's it. You get to a point in your journey and in your practice where no one can touch you. You get to a point where you raise your self-belief and your strength so much that if someone were to try to put a spell on me or send me evil eye, I could just alchemize it, or I could simply say no, and I can't be touched. I just know. In my practice, I don't operate in ways where I try to sabotage people. I operate in a way where I stay pure. I keep my intentions pure. And when people try to sabotage me, they end up playing themselves. When you operate on that frequency where you stay innocent, you don't have malicious intent. You know what I mean? If you're vibrating in that frequency, when people are trying to do you dirty, they end up playing themselves. Because whatever they try to do to you will backfire in their face. Bretman Rock has spoken about this. Drew Afawalu had an interview where she spoke about this. Even Kobe Bryant said this, where they said, I don't have to do anything. I am so protected that I know all I have to do is sit back and God will do it for me. The universe will do it for me. It's because of the frequency that you're operating in. If you have no malicious intent, if you are innocent, if you remain pure, it'll backfire on them. This is real, y'all. You have to think about what frequency you want to operate in. Because in each frequency that you tune into, there's different rules. It's a different arena. You just have to know what the rules are in there. Think of yourself like a child. Each frequency is like a playground. So if you want to choose the path and the frequency of least resistance, you don't want to fight so much, that's the frequency you want to be on. Center ourselves. Honestly, yes. I don't believe in prioritizing other people. I don't believe in centering anybody except you, because in your life, in your existence right now, as far as you're concerned, you're the only one who exists. Everything else outside of you, how do you know it's even real, you know? The only thing you know for sure that is real is what you see, what you smell, what you taste, what you feel. The only thing that's real is your 5 senses. Anything else outside of that is just the universe giving you an experience. And also, when you love yourself and center yourself, doing people right and being good to people just comes naturally, because you know how to do yourself right. There are people who are very selfish and self-centered, but treat others horribly. You don't really love yourself if you are self-centered and you claim to love yourself, but then you do other people dirty, treat them horribly. You don't really love yourself. That's the thing with narcissism. Narcissists display themselves as if they love themselves, but really it's rooted in self-hate. They're just overcompensating. A lot of times, self-love and narcissism can almost look the same. That's why they'll tell you, oh, don't be like that, that's narcissistic. No, it's not. I really do love myself. Narcissists don't love themselves. They actually hate themselves. They're just overcompensating. People don't really know what real self-love is because they keep thinking, oh, it's narcissistic. Do jealous people know they are jealous? They don't usually know they're jealous. That's the crazy thing about it. People who are jealous and they don't know what to do with their jealous energy, their jealous emotion, they will focus outwardly on you rather than focusing inwardly on themselves. Because when we're jealous, that's a us problem. If I was jealous of somebody, that is my problem. It has nothing to do with that person. Because it's so uncomfortable and they don't even want to admit. I mean, how embarrassing is it to admit, oh my God, I'm jealous? Most people don't do that. So they're gonna focus on you. They're gonna mistake their jealousy for you as hatred. What about giving a reaction versus standing up for yourself? So when it comes to choosing your battles, you will know this if you've done that inner work. If you work on your self-respect, you work on your self-love, you work on your self-worth, knowing when to choose your battles will just happen. That's the thing. It's hard to always remember, oh, what should I do? What should I say? Right? The best thing that you can do is perfect this. And it'll never be perfect, but do the inside work on this. If you raise your self-respect, raise your self-worth, and you raise your self-love, the way you will navigate the world is going to be so different because you are operating on a different frequency now. Your energy will shift. Your mindset will shift, and you will operate and move in ways that you never thought you could before. Yes, we can try to remember, oh, what should I say? What should I do? But that's so much things to have to remember, and you're always going to overthink yourself. The best thing you can do is master yourself first. I promise you, it will not overcomplicate how you navigate the world. You will know which battles need to be fought and which battles need to be left alone. Because not everything deserves your attention. Once you've done the work and you know your self-worth, you know your value, you also value where your attention goes. When people are fucking wasting your time, you're like, or if somebody's just poking at you, just trying to provoke you to get your energy, to get your attention on purpose, you're like, I ain't got time for this bitch. Hi, Deanna. As a pretty girl in social As a pretty girl in social situations like school, there is a pattern of people befriending me and then they turn on me. This happens a lot, y'all. If you're a pretty girl or you're an attractive woman, you are usually going to be the receiving end of people's projections. And what usually happens is they'll befriend you because they're attracted to you in some way, whether it's your looks, your energy, whatever it is about you, because they admire you. And then that admiration is going to turn into sabotaging you. It's going to turn into trying to tear you down. People admiring you is also not a good thing. There is a thin line between love and hate. But oh well, if you're attractive, if you're beautiful, if you're talented, whatever it is that makes you shine, people are going to feel some type of way. You have to know who you are and move accordingly. There's levels to beauty. And we can't fucking lie and say, oh no, everybody's beautiful. Y'all, I know everybody is beautiful in their own way, but you have to also look at the world. You have to be able to hold multiple truths. For me, I'm gonna make myself an example. Internally, in my mind, for me, I'm a motherfucking 10. That's for me. But I also hold another truth at the same time. That out in the world, depending on what state you're in, where you live, the level is gonna be different. I'm not a 10 out there. You know what I'm saying? Should we pretend to be stoic to prevent from siphoning? At first, if you don't know how to be stoic, yeah, you can pretend. But here's the thing, Ashley. There are people who are advanced with siphoning where Even if you're not trying to show it in your face and you're trying your very best to hide it, they can sense it because it's all energy. There are people who are very advanced at this energy siphoning thing where if they're trying to cut you with their words, they're trying to hurt you, even if you hide it, they can sense it. So it's not enough to pretend to be stoic. You have to do the work and be stoic. Does it elevate women when they siphon? Sonia, it's all about power. Most people behave this way because of power. The core of every human interaction will always involve power dynamics. Most people want to dominate. Most people want control. Most people operate in hierarchies. So when someone's trying to siphon you, it's because they sense that you're above them. And they do shady shit. They do covert, manipulative things to try and feel like they're above you. So whenever they hurt you, whenever they feel like they have a one-up on you, it elevates them. Now in their imaginary hierarchy, they're above you. The thing about them with people who operate this way, it don't matter what they do. Maybe today they'll feel good if they've hurt you and they'll feel like they're above you. But because of how their mind works, they're always gonna become inferior again in their own head. This is all happening inside of their head. People who have inferiority issues, I can't be around them because it's like, it don't matter what you do. You're always gonna feel inferior. I could even make you feel like you're better than me. And I've done that with friends before where I've had to even say, hey, I'm jealous of you, just to help them feel better about themselves. But guess what? It's like they're a balloon. They'll be like, they'll feel good and then they're down here again. The issue is their fucking mind and how they experience the world. I don't even take it personally because it's like, your mind is fucked up. If you feel inferior to me, you have issues. This is why operating in hierarchies is not healthy. If you operate in hierarchy, you're always in competition. It's always like, okay, who's the best in the room? Who's the worst in the room? Where do I place, you know? And it's like, operating this way is so stressful and it's not sustainable because you will never be the best. It's okay to be competitive, you know, like in sports, at work, if you're ambitious, it's okay to be competitive. But damn, it's not healthy competition at this point. You're always checking for who's better than you. You're always comparing yourself to others. It's not a good way to live because no matter how pretty you are, no matter how talented you are, no matter how much you think you're the best, trust me, there are more people out there who are better than you. If you think you're the best looking woman, you're the best looking guy, let me tell you what, there will always be somebody out there better looking than you. You're always checking for who's the best in the room. Because if you check for that, now you're looking at people, talking to them all crazy because you feel inferior. Damn. Go home, go to sleep. The fuck? Don't go outside. What are you doing? People who have this inferiority, and it's most people in this world, they need to go home and go to sleep and just don't come outside because you're fucking up this world. You're fucking up good people. A lot of good people are in hiding and having to toughen up and having to create a mask where they have to be a little mean and a little standoffish just to protect themselves from fuckers like them. They don't realize how much they're making this world a horrible place. I know it sounds like maybe I've just lost patience. That was mean. Oops. I think that was mean and judgmental, huh? I just don't have patience for those type of adults now because it's like, you should know this by now. Maybe it's not helpful that I'm talking this way, but it's like, I don't want to be the one to save you anymore. I don't want to be the one to help you. That's just period.